Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2024 Intech Flyer Discover. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things taken into consideration when you're parking this. On your campsite, you have a bed that folds down and an awning that'll come out. On your off campsite, leave room for your bed to fold down, and then also think about where your power and water connections are going to be. And you're going to hear they're both toward the front, your power and your water docking station. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we'll do is level our unit. You can on this one literally set a level up here on the front, run this to the right to bring it up, to the left to bring it down until you're level. Once your unit is level, we'll go ahead and stabilize it. You got a hand crank that's got a slot in it. This slot will fit onto your stabilizing jacks right where the slot fits in. These will run down real easy. Just tell you, keep these flexible so they'll come down good. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect these feet from dirt and debris, keep them from sinking into the hot blacktop in some parks. Good investment. Get a 4-pack of those, run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. All we want to do at this point is stabilize it. So run this down real quickly in a matter of seconds until that's flat and you've got some resistance. Run them down the front and the back there on the side here. Same thing back here. Run down real quick. Again, put your stabilizing jack pads down. Once we get our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. There. Get that flat. There we go. Got our unit level, stable. Let's hook up our power and water. Got a big long 30 amp cord. Plugs in here on the side. Now should you need it in your convenience pack, in a convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer if you need to go down and plug it into a 110. So the way these go on now is they go in at about 11 o'clock here, turn it to the noon, put your black washer on, you're all set. Again, the adapter for 110. Let's hook up your power or your water. At campsites, you're going to hook up here on the right to city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. If you don't know the water pressure at different campsites, so always use these when putting fluid into your unit. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. We'll go ahead and turn that hose on. And then come inside here. Open up this. Get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water. And you're all set for water for camping. Now let's say you're going to go dry camping with this, or let's call it boondocking. In that case, you're going to fill up your freshwater tank, which is just to the left of that. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right down here. Or the second way is on the inside, there's when we check the level of your tank, there's a freshwater button to tell you when that's full. When it is full, put that cap back on. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to the city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here on the off camp side. Up here's a flue for your furnace. A few things on that. When you are running your furnace, be careful that does get hot. And make sure it's never blocked. Below that, you can plug in a solar panel. That'll trickle charge your batteries. Speaking of batteries, on the inside here, I'll show you when we get in there. That's a vent for that battery. Again, our water connections. A door to close that and push this to the side if you want to run your hose out and close the door like so. Up front, your propane. Lefty-loosey to open that up. We'll go ahead and bring down this bunk. Lift up on that. Open your door up. Make sure you have these locked when you leave. Before I bring this one down, I'll show you. Here's a vent that you can open up from indoors. These fall real easy. guide it down with your hand. Grab your canvas. Just get it all set up here. So when I push that out from indoors, that'll open up good for us. There's a porch light. We can turn that on from indoors. Same thing. We'll go ahead and open up our deck. A little wet here from a nice wash, so we got to clean the floors inside, but I was going to walk it up. So here's your deck, and we've got the netting up. This will go all the way to the ground and set on them rubber stoppers. When you fold these in, that snaps down nice. Open up the campsite. Over on this side, we do got a couple of 110s here. We'll bring this one down. It's the same way. Just pull our canvas out over this, because when we push that out, it's going to move it anyway. You've got a hose in our storage up here that you can hook up here. That'll come out of your of your city water connection. In your storage here is that hose. Quick connect hose for that. Got a spare tire. I recommend trying to find a cover for that. Keep that from dry rotting over the years. What covers everything out here? We'll take a look on the inside. Coming up, you see all of our tie downs. The first thing I want to point out is your fire extinguisher. Just make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. You come in, I'm going to look underneath the sink here and just show you a little plumbing to maintain. You travel a lot with this, just keep an eye on it, make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Magnetic door snap nicely closed. Again, your sink. This is a hand crank for your awning. We'll talk about that in a moment. It's manual in case you lose power. The cooktop here, flip that back, open up your arms. Simply turn this to light, hit your spark, push in and hit your spark, and those will light up. So, get that one going. This one over here, there we go. So again, when you first arrive and turn on your gas, it may take a minute to bleed the lines to get the gas going in that. Bringing down this top, it doesn't want to close right. These get down too low. It won't close right, so lift it up before folding it in. It'll lay down nice and flat for you. Also up top here is going to be our stereo system. Turn it on right here in the middle. AM, FM, Bluetooth, USB, HDMI. I think it's just one zone. Set up for dual zone speakers, but Jensen system, really nice sound system. This is your heater, your furnace area. Down below that, you got a couple of charging ports, 110 with GFCI reset, our kitchen lights, the water pump, that's where you'll turn on to utilize the freshwater tank. Battery disconnect, this will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. If you're out boondocking, that'll come important. Breaker box and fuses, you got quite a variety here, a 40, a 20, a handful of 15s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Underneath here, your battery posts. Check those posts now and then. And then this is our freshwater tank. When we dump that, we'll make sure that is in line with that. When we're filling it, you want to close that up. Over here is your fridge. It does have a safety latch. This is our smoke alarm, propane detector. Got a vent up here. Hand turn that on or off. I actually have a remote for that as well. Let's use that. So crank that up. You can change the speeds on that. Open and close the vent. Or air in or air out. If you hit off, it will just close it and shut it off as well too. Furnace, turn that on here. Temperature you change down at the bottom. You hear that kick on. And when I shut your furnace off, that is going to take a few moments to run through before that fan actually shuts off over here. The awning here in a second. Bunch of accent lights. Let's go ahead and do the awning. Now I'm going to hit out. And you see you starting to hit the top of your door. So what you do, make sure that you have your door closed when running your awning out. Runs out pretty quick. But once you get it out past that point, you'll be able to come out here and show you how these legs come down. Simple system. Good enough right there. So all you're gonna do, see we got these legs, one on each side here. And all you're gonna do is come to the end, pull this to the left, and it's gonna release that whole leg. When it does, pull it from the end, bring it down here, simply stretch this out, tack it down, bring this end up until you're stable or level, then lift up on this, and that is going to all the way up. That is going to lock that awning in. Do the same thing on both ends. Bring it back, push back in on that. That's going to release your leg here. Lift up on that. Tuck that up in there. This is going to swing up and back in. Going to make sure that your foot is tucked back in there. So when you push it back, it'll lock right back in. Unlock, lock. We're going to get back inside. Bring the awning in a little bit. If I can get this door closed without touching that. I'll bring that the rest of the way back in. See, I bring both them legs down, tack them in strong, and it's a nice awning. Awnings are mainly for shade. You want to bring this in rainstorm or high winds. They're definitely not made for that. Come in here, turn your AC, low, medium, high. Again, main light here, loading light, that's the big one, it's white one that's on the back of the unit. Down here is the vent that you can push out. If you have a toy in here and you want to vent the gas fumes out. 110 here. Go ahead and open up one of your beds. Unzip this on one side here. Same thing over here. Much easier two-hand job. Let's see if we can get done. Look inside here. Get this metal bar. We've got two of these. What you're going to do is turn that down so that this part is up. Once that's in there, I'm going to lift this up and out. Get the mattress out of the way. So it's out there, tuck that in there, and put your mattress up here. This will roll up If you roll it forward, there are straps here. I'll tie that up underneath there. Repeat the same thing on this side. Put it back. You actually can leave that mattress like this. Unhook here. Let this fall forward. Take this hook, put it up underneath the bed. Now I'm going to zip this back up. We're going to have to tuck this bar up underneath here, otherwise our door is going to close. There we go. So I'm going to zip this back up, go back outside, lift them up. So the most important thing when lifting these back up, tuck this in on the ends. Look up top, make sure that none is sticking out up here. You can just lock your door again. Alright, lastly in here behind the door, here's your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mention this 12 volt is that's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping and you're going to be gone for the day, you don't want this to run your battery down, use this battery disconnect and that'll disconnect that from running off there. Alright, we are getting ready to leave the campsite. Let's go ahead and open that up, which it is now because it's empty. Set that in line to drain. Drain our sink water over on this side. Come outside here and open up this drain right here. That's going to drain all of our waters. Go through our unit. Shut off our lights. Make sure everything is put away for travel. Is this accent light off? Oh yes, right here. And head on out. Alright, if we're at a campsite, we're going to hook our power, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this flyer for many years to come. Happy camping.